What's up, nerds? Back with another video, another whack video, writing articles with ChatGPT. And in this video, we're going to go over from start to finish why Trevor Bauer is banned in baseball, or at least why I think he's banned. And then we're going to ask ChatGPT what it thinks after I give it the full receipts, the full history, and we're going to see, you know, am I full of shit? Do I know what I'm talking about? Have I been watching baseball for more than 2 years? Because some of these fucking idiots on Twitter, I swear to God, they're like, oh, he's only banned because people can't handle that, you know, guys can be approved of sexual assault, or like, you know, he's not blackballed because of any of the sticky stuff scandal. He's blackballed because there's a bunch of crotchety old men in MLB and they can't handle the truth and all this BS. Meanwhile, if you've been paying attention to anything baseball for longer than the last 2-3 years, you know that there's the real reason he's banned from baseball is because he was one of the most he talked about the sticky stuff scandal almost more than anybody else, and his name is not even according to me, according to other people online, synonymous with the sticky stuff scandal. And Rob Manfred and his ego, Rob Manfred went from someone who ruined the game of baseball to now being possibly the man who saved baseball. And so do you really think that someone who has made that transition wants the person who talked about two of his largest scandals back in the game? Fuck no. And everyone says, oh, that's a stupid position. You have no idea what you're talking about. Rob Manfred, unless Trevor Bauer comes and sucks Manfred's cock and takes responsibility for everything and says that I will never talk about any of this shit ever in my life for as long as I live, and signs an NDA with Rob Manfred, there is no fucking shot that Trevor Bauer is going to be allowed back in the MLB. It's bad enough Trevor Bauer's got 1 million subscribers on YouTube now and has a crazy platform and is talking about things that, I mean, we have kids now. We've got mainstream media now that are using Trevor Bauer's slogans, that are using his terminology, because he's got so many kids watching various YouTube channels of his YouTube and things that he promotes, right? And other channel creators that he works with, right? He's got so much of baseball already eating out of his hands. Can you imagine what happens if he now goes to talk about the scandals and talk about Rob Manfred, dude? Do you think Rob Manfred wants him back in the game? Absolutely fucking not. And it has nothing to do with the sexual assault allegations. It has nothing to do with any of that shit. It is about Rob Manfred's ego, about he has now become the man who saved baseball, and one of his darkest errors in his past and his demon from his past coming back in and fucking that legacy up. Let's get into the fucking video. Let's go over this whole big thing. So what is this? This is 156 pages of transcripts, right? I have gotten, I have no idea how many videos I've got in here. It's got to be close to 24 videos in here, all transcribed and put into this document, right? Which is going to be inserted into ChatGPT along with a brief explanation of everything that's going along. Just like I talked about a second ago, everything from the past, all the different things, right? All of that is in this ChatGPT description, as well as Rob Manfred's ego and Trevor Bauer, the title of this Google document, right? That's all into ChatGPT. And we're going to press enter. But before we do, let's go over the history of all of this. So, back in 2017, this video came out in 2019, but we've got the Astros, the proof that the Astros cheated in the 2017 World Series, right? And when we go over here, we've got ESPN, an interview talking with Rob Manfred about everything from the Astros cheating, the decisions, all the different things, right, that happened with the Astros cheating. And if you look down at the very bottom, right, this goes back. This is what I'm talking about. People don't remember 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, right? But if you zoom in and you go to the very bottom of this description, what does this say? Right down here. Let's go down here. Oh, ooh. Manfred responds to Cincinnati pitcher's Trevor Bauer's comments about Trevor calling him a joke. And what's at the end? I love this thing at the end. He says, as much as he disagrees with his statements, he would never speak out against a player like that. Since day fucking one, Manfred has hated Bauer's guts. All right? And when you go back and you look, it's like, oh, what do you mean? Literally, Trevor Bauer, how Reds pitchers Trevor Bauer discovered the Astros were cheating. Literally. This shit goes back to day fucking one. And people are pretending like this is the sexual assault allegations are the first time Rob Manfred and Trevor Bauer have ever interacted. Rob Manfred's legacy of having a negative effect on baseball starts with the World Series and starts with him not taking away their championship and how he handled that situation. It's like, oh, a couple guys got fired. Oh, a couple guys' bad names are now tainted, whatever. It doesn't change the fact that they still have the World Series title. All right? Now, after that, we've got the Astro cheating scandal. What happens after that? Ironically, Justin Verlander, who was part of the World Series cheating Astros team, calls out Manfred for juiced balls and the shift and how it negatively affects baseball, right? Then we've got this whole stuff continues to happen, right? And so we've got all these creators making videos. This is a good one. Is the MLB juicing baseballs? A look into baseballs how baseballs have changed the 2010s. And this has an important part of the video, which I'm going to play at the very end. So let's play this.
Are the baseballs juiced? Not necessarily. The balls are not shown to be filled up with some chemical that allows players to hit home runs with ease. What we do know is that the changes to the balls have allowed players to approach hitting in new ways that allows them to hit the balls higher, harder, and further. Were these changes to the ball deliberate? Is Rob Manfred and his quest for higher ratings through pace of play to blame? I'm not sure if I can definitively determine that, but...
So, just like he said, and again, that's the crux of all of this, Rob Manfred... Now, obviously, I disagree with, many of these things. However, I will not pretend like Rob Manfred did not have baseball's interests in mind. Now, baseball in this capacity right now and ratings, I mean, that comes down to money, right? And so I personally prefer, and we're going to skip ahead a little bit, the changes that he's implemented more recently not only have increased money, but have also increased the quality of games. These ones were just money and they did not change. They were not positive as far as the quality of games being played, right? But I do think that that was his goal the whole time. Manfred's goal was always to make baseball a better sport so that they would make more money, right? And just like this guy, Sports Storm, shout out to this creator, he says, oh, well, I can't verify that. Yeah, no one's ever going to be able to fucking verify that. You think we're going to get the fucking emails where Rob Manfred says, hey, guys, I'm going to make some changes because I want to make us some more money and I want more people to watch baseball. Fuck, that's never going to fucking come out, right? But you got to read between the fucking lines here, folks. Use your fucking brain. That's the whole point of this video, to give you enough evidence to, because maybe reading between the lines between two things super far apart, okay, maybe that sounds a little crazy. But if you fill in and you have a bunch of fucking lines and you start adding to all of that, you start bringing those closer together, you can start to get pretty close to something about the truth. And in this video, I thought there were two comments in this video that were right next to each other for me that were absolutely fucking perfect. So, this and the Astros scandal are going to be the biggest asterisks on the past few seasons. And now we're facing a whole season possibly being canceled. The commissioner needs to focus less on making baseball resemble a video game and more on bringing honesty back to the game. Rob Manfred's legacy less than 10 years ago was not positive. And I love how right underneath, the comment right underneath, hey, it's 2024 now. Manfred has introduced the pitch clock and limited the shift. He's also added the DH. Again, the changes that Rob Manfred has made now not only positively increase the quality of games, but it also positively increase MLB's bank accounts, viewerships, etc. And then Rob Manfred, there's no evidence of juicing the balls, right? All this bullshit, deny, right? Until what do we come out with in 2021, right? An article exposing MLB secretly used two different types of balls. All this shit, right? And then we finally get proof. It's like, oh, no. They were actually changing balls. It was not a conspiracy. This shit was actually real. And then what happens after that? We've got Astros, juice balls, and then the most famous, the science behind MLB's sticky stuff scandal, right? And I love how this is Boston University, 10K views, 2021, right? And you scroll down to the comments, and what's in the fucking comments? Scroll down, I've got it up over here. Trevor Bauer was the one who got really honest about this and exposed what was going on, and then MLB jammed him up like there's no tomorrow. They really don't want to stop it. They just want to appear to be doing something about it. Again, taking this all back to day fucking one, baby. Where does this all start with the Astros cheating scandal? Who was the one that called out fucking MLB? Who was the one that called out Manfred? And now, where's he at now? Continuing to call out Manfred. Continuing to call out MLB. Okay? And people pretend like it's only the sexual assault bullshit. Miss me with that shit. And so what happens? Baseball doesn't exist. 7.5 just about million views. The most controversial player in sports, Trevor Bauer. What do we have? John Boy Media. Pitchers cheating with sticky stuff.
You know who was doing this 2 years ago and no one was listening to? Trevor Bauer. In 2014, he tweeted out asking for
2014. Trevor Bauer is talking about sticky stuff, calling out MLB, calling out baseball. You thought this was only 2017? You thought I'm fucking conspiracy talking about all this shit? This is 11 fucking years, 10 fucking years in the making, because he got banned previously before that with the sexual assault shit. But this shit goes back to 2014, all right? And we've got another creator, shout out to Swilly. She's only got like 2K views making this, but she did another great job talking about this.
Big cluster, basically, and the only people getting the shit end of the stick are the hitters. Trevor Bauer claims that probably around 70% of pitchers at this point are using sticky stuff. And in this interview, he also mentions the 2017 Houston Astros cheating scandal. Let me know if you guys want a video on that. That could be a fun one. Now, again, like I mentioned earlier, Trevor Bauer has been calling out sticky stuff use for a very long time at this point. He is synonymous with the issue of sticky stuff, but mainly because he was so open to talking about it.
So, again, people trying to pretend like Trevor Bauer's only banned because of the sexual assault bullshit. He is literally been talking about this shit for a decade. He has been calling out specific. If you go back and you watch the John Boy Media video, he has been calling out specific coaches, specific teams for almost over a decade about how this all fucking goes down. If you go and you look at his YouTube channel, he's been making videos. Look at it in his thumbnails. He's got fucking Manfred in his fucking thumbnails calling out all this shit, right? and people pretend like he's only blackballed because of the sexual assault shit. Manfred's finally. So let's see. And then what happens, right? Obviously, we got him calling out all the sticky stuff shit, playing baseball. And then what happens?
Major League Baseball was making the decision to pull their teammate and starting pitcher Trevor Bauer 3 days after disturbing sexual assault allegations were brought against him. MLB releasing a statement Friday morning, quote, while no determination in the case has been made, we have made the decision to place Mr. Bauer on 7-day administrative.
And the hilarious part of all of this is that he signed the biggest pitching deal with the Dodgers. He got the Cy Young, all of this shit, because what did he do after talking about the sticky stuff? He started fucking using it. And then all of a sudden, he's the best fucking pitcher in the game. And it's hilarious how the excuse is, oh, well, everybody's cheating. So if everybody's doing it, then it's not cheating, right? At his own words. We're going to skip ahead a little bit.
Ripping on me. I'm not going to cheat it, you know? I got to actually, like, catch the ball.
Oh, yeah, Trevor wouldn't cheat. I know that.
What's that supposed to mean, Buster?
Mr. Sticky.
That's not even illegal. But somewhere around 1,000.
Yep. He doesn't even, after all this shit, being synonymous with all this, his own videos exposing all this, all these tweets and everything, and he still takes the position as like, oh, well, everybody was doing it. No one said anything. So therefore, I have zero responsibility. I just did what everybody else did. If everybody, just because everybody's doing it doesn't mean that, maybe at an extremely technical level on paper, words on paper, maybe. However, if you are a fucking man, if you have any fucking morals, any fucking response, any sort of understanding of the way the real world works, then you fucking know as a man, or you should fucking know better, right? Because a fucking man, a man who takes responsibility and accountability, would have come out and said that just because everybody was doing it doesn't mean that everybody was right. I was the one who said that all this shit was cheating. Just because no one said it was cheating doesn't mean that, you know, it makes me any better, and I fucking apologize. But fucking understand the reality of what happened. I went from being a good pitcher to being the best pitcher in the baseball because I decided to hop on the train that everybody was doing, right? He's still, this video came out a month ago, March 2025, does not fucking take accountability, right? And so now Trevor Bauer's banned. Rob Manfred makes a whole bunch of changes to baseball, and what happens? John Boy believes Robert Manfred's legacy will be saving baseball. What happens? Baseball doesn't exist. How Rob Manfred saved baseball, right? We've got all of these changes to the game, and, you know, Rob Manfred now goes from all these scandals, all this shit, to being the guy that's saving baseball, making it more famous, making it more popular, and his legacy is only going to get cemented even further when he brings in automatic balls and strikes, being able to challenge pitchers, tapping on the head, just like they had in spring training. That is going to make baseball even better than it already is. Make no mistake. And especially if he does something that I think possibly John Boy talks about, that I do believe is coming down the line, having 2 bases on first base, so players can run to straight and not collide with other players. That is going to be another very positive change to baseball, right? And so now, again, to sum this all up, it's pretty clear Rob Manfred and MLB have blackballed him for calling out their mishandling of multiple scandals. He has now been proven innocent for the criminal charges, but no teams even want him. A Cy Young winner for league minimum. Another one. He literally said, I'm going to cheat too if nobody wants to stop and everybody else. He was the one who made it so public, and now we have umpires checking all the time. Umpires don't check as much. 2024, they were still checking. But again, people in the comments in all these videos, it's not like I'm the fucking crazy one. People on Twitter think that I'm full of shit, right? So these are some of the reasons why I made this video. So we got this guy. Please do not forget that Rob Manfred and MLB backed Lindsey Hill over Trevor Bauer. Since then, she's been claims thrown in jail. Bauer has pitched superbly in spring training. So they're saying like, oh, this is only the sexual assault. And again, I call it out. He's banned for the sticky shit. And what do we have? What sticky stuff? The white goo in your chin and everything? This guy is being blacklisted because he represents toxic masculinity. Bullshit! Trevor Bauer. So since Pete is welcome back now, does that go for everyone who has been blackballed, or do you actually have to be guilty of something to qualify for that? Again, taking zero accountability for all of his tweets, for his videos, his actions. Zero fucking accountability. He's a fucking man-child. That's why he's blackballed. Again, this motherfucker has to actually grow up, take accountability, and gargle on Rob Manfred's cock, sign an NDA, and pray that Rob Manfred's ego gives in just a tiny little bit. Discussion. Trevor Bauer is worth $30 million a year. He's willing to play for league minimum, over a $29 million discount. He was excused and exonerated. They're pretending like the sticky stuff scandal and Trevor Bauer calling out all this has nothing to do with any of that. And I've been calling this shit out. No, it has nothing to do with any of that bullshit. It has everything to do with Rob Manfred's ego. Now that we've got over all of that, it's all in ChatGPT. I've plugged it all in. Let's see what the fuck happens. Let's see what ChatGPT thinks about all this. Okay, so let's see ChatGPT's evaluation of my hypothesis. It says that it is plausible when considering both the timeline and public behavior of MLB. So let's scroll down a little bit. It uses ICE format to introduce, cite with references, and then explain. So let's pop down a little bit to the conclusion. Your hypothesis doesn't just hold water. It's supported by behavior, data trends, and PR strategy. While there's no smoking gun proving intent, the circumstantial alignment of events, scapegoating patterns, and legacy-building efforts suggest that Bauer's exile and Manfred's ego are intertwined threads in MLB's recent history. Boom! Suck my dick, everybody on the fucking internet. I fucking told you. I told you. And even ChatGPT is out here supporting my shit. So, trying to hit me with, oh, Rob Manfred has nothing to do. His ego has nothing to do with why Trevor Bauer's blackballed. Oh, it's just sexual assault bullshit. Fuck out of here. Rob Manfred has hated Trevor Bauer's guts since day one, and he's got the perfect excuse to sit this fucker down and get him the fuck out of his face. And now, for the final note. Let's pull up Trevor Bauer's stats. Trevor Bauer, since 2023, you can even include 2021, right? 2.59 ERA. 2.76 ERA, 1.73 ERA, 2.48 ERA, 2.81 ERA, 2.93 ERA, 1.80 ERA. This man can fucking twirl the ball. This man is an absolute fucking fire spitter. My team, the fucking Yankees, insert the photos of all my fucking Yankee shit. My team needs someone like him. Right now, that's the only thing our team's fucking missing. All of our starters are fucked. Yeah, we'll probably get them back before the World Series. I'm praying we go back to the World Series. But make no mistake, I want Trevor Bauer pitching for the Yankees so fucking bad. I want him. I want this man's skills on my team so fucking bad. However, he, as a person, as much, you got to separate the skills from the person, right? As much as I want those skills so fucking bad, as much as I do want to believe he's a changed person, right? The facts speak for them fucking self. He still has not taken accountability. He still acts like a fucking child. And as badly as I want him on the team for his ability to pitch, it is just not worth it because he's just full of shit. He's just so full of shit, it's coming out of his fucking ears. All right? That's it. Smoke grass, eat ass, be excellent to each other, and I will see you in the next video. Deuces.